I'm back in North Carolina after being gone for about 15 years. And the other day, I was riding my bike down the Best Way. It's like a local 7-Eleven or GS25, whatever. It's a little local convenience store, if you will. Anyway, I'm riding my bike and I saw a man sitting outside of the store and he's playing the blues. And I'm like, this is my style. This dude out here playing music. I can buy a beer, sit back, listen to him, drink a beer, enjoy the people walking by and the foot traffic, and so I drank a beer, I listened and I watched. And I ain't got an ear for the blues, so I don't know if his music was any good or not. But I saw the blues in action as I watched that man. Now passerbys were dropping that man cans of soups, stews, beans, and type of shit like that. And I'm watching and I'm pondering. So I asked him if he collecting for the corona relief. He said, nah, this is for me, for my belly. Times is tough. And I'm sitting there thinking, God damn. I know times gotta be tough because this man needs to be eating on them Van Camp's pork and beans. Van Camp's is the gold standard, the Cadillac of the pork and beans. But this man was getting fucking Bush's baked beans. Not only was he collecting cans of Bush's, but he was happy keeping them. He was keeping them substandard beans for his own eating. Man, I just can't get over that, man. He's eating the substandard beans. But, Van Camp's, they're at a whole nother level of the game when it comes to pork and beans. And that's something nobody can ever take from Van Camp's. Even now in these tough times, people eating more canned and boxed foods because of quarantine. More nefarious companies representing the off-brand pork and beans are going to try to cut costs and deliver an inferior product at the same cost of Van Camp's. Now that's a game they can never win. Because Van Camp's ain't never putting monetary considerations above the quality of their product. That's a Van Camp's guarantee. Times ain't only tough in USA, but times was tough all over. And I know they was tough in Korea because I was there 10 years and I saw the tough times going on. And one of my acquaintances in Korea, my Korean people will know him. Well, they might know him. Is that old man that looked like death, looked like a skeleton, fucking 80 years old, shrunk and hunched over, been hard times his whole life. He's walking down the streets collecting cans and other recyclables. He collect all that shit, gets a little bit of pocket money. And me being me, I hate seeing old people working like this, so I organized some can collections for this man. I got a couple local bars to, save their cans. I collect the cans on Sunday, bring them up to the man's little house, his humble abode. And this man would take my cans and he'd thank me. But this man honored me in a way few people have ever fucking done it. And I'm going to tell you what he did. This old man honored me by sharing his Heinz baked beans with me. I was grateful as hell. I mean, this man can't break bread with me because his teeth is fucked up. He can't even chew bread. But this man honored me with them baked beans. He can't break the bread, but he can pour out a bowl of a Heinz beans for me, and that he did. I love you too, my friend. But my point remains. This dude's getting $200 a month from the Korean government, and that's his entire fucking pension. But he needs more than $200 a month so he can get on them Van Camp's. What's more, he was happy eating the Heinz beans. This man ain't never had a soft day in his life. And before he died, he was eating them off-brand Heinz baked beans. And he was happy. God damn, times were tough for him. As I sat in his house one of the times I was hanging out with him, it was his house was his living room basically. It was previously like a little a little market, a little mart. So I'm sitting there looking around and I'm wondering, I'm pondering, and I came across a couple of important observational questions. First, when he broke out the Heinz, was he offering me leftover merchandise from it was a mini mart? Or secondly, was this man offering me Heinz baked beans he bought? If it's A, these are leftover cans from previous years, then you know your beans are trash because consumers ain't buying that shit. Or B, times is so tough that this man was not only content, but happy to be munching on them Heinz baked beans. And that is a tribulation in life that this man, that no man, especially this man at his age, should have to undergo. He needs some Van Camps in his life. Man, I can't say enough good things about Van Camps. I truly can't. I truly can't. Like, highly recommend them. Just highly, highly recommend Van Camps. Now, you leave me with a can of Van Camps, an open fire, and clear skies, that's bliss to me. You leave me with a can of Van Camps, no fire, and them beans are served at air temperature or room temperature, I'm content. But you leave me with a can of Van Camps in the rain with no fire, I am back to being happy because it is such a hearty meal that'll keep me warm through the nights as I reminisce fondly about the good times I had eating Van Camps. I'll tell you about a friend of mine from North Carolina, Bones. But to me, he's always going to be Captain Beans. Now, me and Captain Beans, we stayed on them beans together circa 2005 or 2006. Because, we bought hot dogs and beans, some box shit, and we made that trip to Bonnaroo. And that trip made me realize the power of Van Camp's pork and beans. This was the beginning of it all. This is the beginning of my love of Van Camp's. We had a bunch of starving fucking hippies raid our camp and they pilfered our goddamn hot dogs. Those fucking hippies needed the goddamn meat and they took all our fucking hot dogs. But they left the beans. The beans were still there. Mind you, these were not Van Camp's pork and beans. These were just generic baked beans. No pork in them, just beans. So later, the raging vegans came and thank God our hot dogs were gone. They'd been eaten by the ravenous hippies and they saw our generic baked beans, but they didn't care for them. They're like, that's cool, that's some vegetarian shit, we ain't touching your fucking beans. And that's when it hit me. Imagine one ultimate product. The beans married with the Franks. So that's when I realized that Van Camp's pork and beans, that's where it's at. And later, I'm saying, me and Captain Beans, we would take turns cooking for each other. So as my cooking day, I cooked up some beef stroganoff. It wasn't too bad. But I added an extra ingredient. You can never have enough Van Camps, but you can't have too much off-brand generic beans. So I took a can of beans, hooked up my man, Captain Beans, with beef stroganoff. Actually, it's probably closer, better title would be bean stroganoff. But man, he got some beans with his beef stroganoff. Man, that was a hearty meal. It was a hearty meal. Can't say enough good things about Van Camp's. And, I recently got, like I said, I got back to North Carolina after 15 years of being gone. And, it made me see some shit that I wasn't ready for when I came back. I mean, I guess for people here a long time, it's a gradual change. But for me, it was very abrupt. I hit up Wendy's. Man, I miss some Wendy's in Korea. Like, Wendy's, that's my favorite fast food, man. I love me some Wendy's. And they was hiring. Wendy's was hiring. The sign said, work today, pay tomorrow. I'm thinking, God damn, there's two possibilities here. A, people could work for a day and be set for a month. Or B, times is fucking tough if people be working at Wendy's as day laborers. Times is fucking tough out here. Later, I was hanging out with an old high school buddy of mine. And, we was catching up, and he showed me, his Tinder and how he matched up with a girl. And I won't lie, I was impressed with this girl's innovation, her drive, her hustle, and her ambition. She hit him up with that opening line of trying to monger him some fucking knives. Probably of the Vector type. Vector type of knives. Anyway, but she wasn't going door to door. She was going tender to tender. I truly applaud her. She probably trying 2 or 3 other hustles, but she ain't got time to be a 100% 24/7 door-to-door knife salesman. She's using that Tinder so she can do 2 or 3 jobs at the same time. And that's the thing. She probably needs 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet and put van camps on her table. Times is tough. Man, times been tough in, college too. I was living 8 men deep in a 4-bedroom apartment. Me being me, I try to keep some toilet paper for all with the underlying assumption that when the toilet paper's gone that I bought, someone else will buy some toilet paper. Needless to say, I have too much fucking faith in people. Nobody ever bought any goddamn toilet paper. Needless to say, that toilet paper quickly went and then sat unreplaced. I started keeping my own personal stash with my roommate, but the rest of them fools, they was on their own. TP is a valuable commodity. So later, I'm hanging out with one of the other dudes, one of the other guys in my apartment. He said, "Yeah, man, when the TP ran out, I started taking a lot more showers." And I was like, "God damn! How tough is times you can't afford some fucking toilet paper, you dirty asshole having motherfucker." Yeah. So man, this corona thing is messing everything up, man. Times is getting tough all over. Tough all over. Dang, wait, where all my notes go? Yeah, so anyway. Times ain't just tough for the little people. Times is tough for even the big man himself, Steven Seagal. In 2016, Steven Seagal, the great one, put out 6 movies. Think about that. Every 2 months, I was treated to a new fucking Steven Seagal movie. That was the best year of my life. God, that was a lot of Seagal. Anyway, 2017, 2 movies. 2018, 1 movie. 2019, back to 2 movies. But in 2020, 0 new Steven Seagal movies. They can't finance Seagal's excuses, his excuses being his movies, so he can go have some weird sex tourism shit going on in Southeast and Eastern Europe. Because the collapse of Russia's oil revenues don't allow them to finance his frivolous projects. But keep your head up, Seagal. Because I know you're going to pump out some more movies when times ain't so fucking tough and Russia gets back its oil money. I'll wait for those, Seagal, because I cannot wait to see your new movies. I love them. Beyond the Law, 2019, one of the best. Actually, Attrition from 2019 was a very artsy movie for Seagal. Both phenomenal movies. Highly recommend them. Anyway, I just want to talk some real talk to y'all tonight. Decades ago, the American president Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he called for a chicken in every pot. Now that goal was too ambitious. We is never gonna get a chicken in every fucking pot in America. You know that, I know that. We richer than we were back in the 1940s, but we still got homeless people, starving people. We ain't ever getting chickens in every fucking pot. It's just a reality. It's the basis. It's just the way things are. They made it that way. We can't change it. But every man, woman, and child should at least be able to have a daily can of Van Camp's pork and beans if they so desire. Until then, times are tough. Times are tough out there. So take care of your people and take care of yourself. Nothing shows I care as much as a can of Van Camp's pork and beans. So show your loved ones today that you care. Bring them some Van Camp's pork and beans. Cannot recommend that highly enough. Fucking Heinz baked beans, garbage. Bush's baked beans, garbage. Generic store beans, baked beans, garbage. You gotta get the Van Camp's pork and beans. They just a phenomenal product. You know, like $1, $2 a can. Just I can't recommend it enough. Anyway, take care of yourself, everybody. Simon B loves you from Korea. And big shout out to Van Camp's pork and beans for getting me through some fucking hard times, man. Hard times is all over. And it's times like this is we really need Van Camp's. Take care, everybody.